There we go. I'm back. And it's been a bit, and I don't feel like playing Fallout for like an hour or something, but... Hexceed. It's been a bit. I kind of look forward to doing some puzzles. Okay, so those are all good. That opens up those. Alright. 1, 2, 3, so all of those are fine. Each of those get opened up. Alright, I'm curious what is on this side. One all the way down there, and then one somewhere inside of that. I already know that those don't have it. That has that. These can all be cleared. There's two somewhere along here. This one has to be getting its piece from there, so it's either fulfilling one of those conditions. I can't consistently say. You've got two somewhere inside of that space. I think just means that center one has to be it. Yeah, means the rest of these are all perfectly fine. And I can get those out of the way. That clears that, that's got two, this gets its piece, and that satisfies all the conditions of those. Perfect. Left side finished. That doesn't need it, so that creates a little hard stop. That is that. Two have to be those ones, which means that must be that. 0 gets me around this little edge. 1, 2... No, that can't be it, because you have to have one and then the other two are here, so neither of those are it. And that'll also get me an opening down that way. The one has to be getting its 2 from one of those. Those are all safe. And the 0 lets me work my way back around. There's only one somewhere down this path. But both of these could just be getting it from somewhere else. The 3... one here, and the last one's up there. So these must be safe. Yes. Oh, that's good. I'll hit that. That one allows me to open up that. That one gets me that one. And then this has to be getting its third from there. There's no way to know which one. I think I need to solve down here, and then I can come back up and finish that. Makes the most sense to me. 2 gives me the 1 and lets me get all the way around a bunch of this. 1 here, 1 here. The 1, I can clear both of those. There's 2 left, so this has to be... What? Really? I'm quite curious on that. I would have sworn that that was the correct one. Because there were 2... Oh, but you can have one down there. That's the problem. Right. Okay. What an absolute shame. Oh well. Resolve that. Nice and quick. And I'll just get all this finished up again. Alright, so this opens up all this, yada yada yada. Redo all the things that I had done, fucked up on. This one is one and this one wasn't one, but I'm also not going to risk that. I don't need to reset multiple times on this. A-okay with just the one, thank you. Yeah, so that was one in the center, and that gets me all of these. Alright, so that gets me this back. There's one down this line, so these are all good. Two down this line, it has to be there, which means the one... Oh, I just did this and I don't remember the logic for it. The two. There we go. Alright, so let's get back to this. This one has what it needs. That gets me all of that opened up. I'm so dumb. That was a wall. One of these days I won't make stupid mistakes. That day is certainly not today. Alright, that was one. Means all of these. That, all of this. One, two, the rest of these are fine. Yeah, that gets the two, the last bit. Okay. Mostly back to where I was. Let's get all of this dealt with once more. Okay. Got the wall. Not gonna fuck that part up yet. Two already has its. The one already has its. This one gets that. One forces that. One, two, three, so that can't be it. So that gets me that. That can't be it, it has to be taken from there. And that lets me open up all of this. There's one somewhere down this line. I already know this isn't it. Okay, so that was the hint that I was missing. The one has to be down that line. I see. That gets that. This had the last one there. Alright. There's only one more somewhere. One, two... I don't remember. Okay, that opens that opens those. This two has what it needs. And that gets me that. Alright. Far too long. Got there in the end. Ah, one of these levels. So one of them has to be here, which means one of them has to be up here. Okay. Got one there. And then... what am I looking at? One there. That frees that. That gets a second one. That one there opens up all of this. Could be one here and then one here, or there could just be one between the two of them. But this one has to be getting one from here. Oh, that gets me that, which means everything else in that space is fair game. Okay, so there has to be one in this corner, I believe. Okay, 4 somewhere in that space. You got 1 here, 2, 3, 4. But it could also be any of the others. So not a wildly useful tip at the moment, but I don't quite need it to be. That 2 already has its piece. This 1 gives me that. 2 is finished. I can just get all the way around those ones. Okay, so you've got 2 down this line. Both of those are traps. That one has to be 1. 1 is fine. This one gets me that. And then last one has to be down that line. I can open up that. Beautiful. That's all finished. 1 there, 3... Okay, so there's 2 more down this line. But it can't be this one. There's no guarantee that it's this one. I feel like I'm running out of places to check. 1, 2, 3... Okay, so 1 has to be 2 here. Oh, I've got the 2 on that line. That's what I'm missing. That has to be that. That cleans up that. That gives me that. There we go. That answers the burning questions I've had. Okay, that's a decent stop right there. 2's fine. I've got a 4 here. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 have to be safe. And that finishes up the 4. 1 has to be taken from there, so these can be opened up. One there, 2 has its bits. There's still 5 left and quite a bit of space to be going through. That has that gets rid of that. Okay, so with what I have left, I am supposedly able to finish this last section. So down this line, got 1, and I've got 2. Can't draw straight lines today. That means 3 has to be there. And I'm working with that being cleared. Not getting the last one from that. And that finishes you. Alright. Very meandering puzzle. Work through a lot of different sides in a lot of different ways. Oh god, this level's giving me Hexel flashbacks. There's a level in one of them that's just a big series of this. Bunch of long lines, it's a bunch of these guys. Not a fun time. Good puzzle though. Very well designed. Okay, so you gotta have one up here and you gotta have one down here. That gets me that. Okay, so that gets me an opening into the back of this. The one lets me go around there. And not quite stuck. It's definitely looking like this side might peter out a little bit quite soon. Unless I'm able to completely finish it. Nothing there, nothing there. It has to be one. That means that's that. One must be taken from there. I can see that. That finishes off that. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe. I'm gonna hold off on that. Until I need those cleared, I don't think I wanna risk messing that up. Once that's touching. One somewhere along that line. This 2 has its parts. 1 gives me a little stopgap. Part of me worries that this is going to be the next thing to work on. Oh, wait, no. I missed a thing up here this whole time. Alright, so that gets me through a fair bit of that. Okay. Let me just do this now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, good. That was safe. It's always a bit worrying with this game. You never know. You never quite know. Gets me both of those done. Oh, there's nothing left. It's always a nice moment. And you just know you've finished. Don't have to worry anymore. Huh. Alright, I did not think that these were going to cross over in the way they did. That begs the question, does that give me... Kinda does. Gives me a little bit more to start with. Which I am completely okay with. Three there is a bit of a pickle, but this 3 gets solved by the 0. Finish up that other 3. Start making my way around. Okay, and the last one's just somewhere in there. Somewheres in theirs. Yeah, that 2 must be getting from there, along with that. That gets that opened up at least. That 2 has its everything. This 3 is a bitch. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3. That gets the 1 its pieces, that gets that finished up. Yeah, this isn't too helpful. I find it interesting when there's a piece that doesn't seem to be necessary. Okay, so... has to be one up here. Has to be one in here. Gotta be one here. 1, 2, perhaps 3, but I also need to solve that. So I think it's about time to swap over. Okay, nothing up that way, so it has to be 2 down that line. That's not a guarantee of anything. That gets me that. This 1... yeah, that's finished. 2 here gets that. Both selected. 1 has its pieces, 2 finishes. That gets me through there. Both these ones finish the 2. Hey, Dolphin. Oh, nice. I think that works. I want to say there was a time in Dark Souls 3 where hollow builds were kind of wacky, weren't they? Both just for, like, drop chance, but also just something with the infusion was quite strange. Maybe not overpowered, but quite good, perhaps. Okay, so there's 3 left, and if I take a look down this line, I do have 1 there, which means this should be open. Has to be getting it from there, so these are fine. That gets me through there. Alright. Good. Another level down. No mistakes. That's a nice little triangle of them there. Okay. That makes sense. Hey, Shiny. Welcome to me rambling about a puzzle game. Have fun, and best of luck with Slime Rancher. Alright, I've already got 2 down there. I can clear these out. This 0 gets me all of this opened up. 1, 2... These could be sharing. So 1, 2, 3, 4? No real guarantees there. Has to be 1 down this line. Hey, I think it's that one. My god, what a genius I am. Alright, so that'll get me into there. 2 on that one. 2 there. That'll open up all of this. What else can I clear out? Nice. I know nothing about Slime Rancher, so I don't know if that's... I don't know how far you are through that. Seems like a cute enough game. Something that Mandy might enjoy. Nice relaxing game with some slimes. 1, so all of these can be opened up. I don't get the point of the wall there, if you're just going to immediately give me a 0 to go around the wall. Oh my god, game, I need to play the game at some point. Alright, so that'll get me all of these opened up. Okay, oh, they just did the same thing twice here, I see. Two along this line. Wait, what? Oh, 2 down that way, right. 1 there, the rest of it doesn't help too much. That has to be 1. Okay, 1, 2. Once again, those are openable. Alright, that gets me all the way around that. Man, this side's really not too much of a help. There's only one down that line, must be that one. And no guarantee of what those would be. Not really. I mostly just check r/PC gaming, because I'm only really well, I check emulation as well, but I'm only really interested in PC news. I don't own any recent consoles besides the Switch. And even then, you know, if I can get a game on PC, I'd sooner do that. Much prefer the flexibility that PC allows me. That's got that. Get around there. There's only one left. It has to be one of these two. It's that one. It'll always be satisfying. Always. I've not seen anything on that, and I'd be a bit surprised. Because that's a fairly recent game. Do you mean remake or remaster? Because remake would be completely redoing it. And the game probably still plays well enough and looks good enough to where that wouldn't really be needed. But if it's just a remaster, then, toss it onto new consoles. Why not? Yeah, can't really find anything. Remaster. Okay. I can almost see that just to get it on new systems. Get a bit more cash out of an old thing. I'd imagine it still plays phenomenally. One's up here, the other is over here. So this and this should be safe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just get it on the new consoles. Let people buy it again. Because God forbid ever having backwards compatibility that allows people to play the games they purchased. Let's just sell the same game again. Easy money. But at the same time, the increased graphical quality would probably be nice for console players. Considering, I want to say that was that an Xbox 360 game? It's 2013. Yeah, it was 360 generation. Strange thing that came out 17 years ago. I have no idea if they do. I think they have limited compatibility. Yeah, PS3, Xbox 360. Same generation. And I don't recall it being an exclusive. Okay, so there's two down this line, one of which has to be here. Or no, none of which... No, there does have to be one there. Because there's none down the rest of it, you'd have to have one here and one here to fit that. Cool. Which means... Must be one there, this can't be it. Which also solves all of that. Good. That gets me the one down that line. So I can open some of this up. Good. One heading down that way. 1, 2. And that frees up a whole lot of the space. Lets me get somewhat around there. Another 3 to stymie me. Bit of chaos. But that lets me solve that 3 at least, and maybe I can pull this around into solving the other one. By Jove, I believe I can. Fair enough. Yeah, it was that 7th gen console? Yeah, 7th gen. PS4 is 8th gen. I'm on the 9th gen. Dang. Let's see, is there a... Home video game console generations. There we go. Yeah, 9th generation is the newer ones. Okay. Crazy how 4 of Sony's 5 consoles have been the best selling of their generation. That is wild. And that's only because they lost the fucking Wii. Crazy. The Switch is technically 8th gen. Which, the 8th gen started 9 years ago. And the Switch was underpowered when it released. It is quite sad how underpowered that system is. Nintendo still make great games. You just don't make great hardware. But the Switch is impressive for what it is. I just wish it were more powerful. I'd take a chunkier Switch. Just for a bit of extra power behind the scenes. One there has to be one there, so these two are safe. That lets me immediately solve that. Gotta be one here. Gotta be 2 here. So that means... Does that really teach me anything? I got 1 here, I got 2 here. Oh, wait, no, and then the other 2 have to be down here. These 2 should be safe. That completely click. Why did I click that? That's not where the arrow's going. Ah. Foolish me. Oh well. I know this now. Now I don't remember how to solve this. Good. 1 there, 1 there. That's fine. That gets that opened up. Wow, that really doesn't help. Dang. 1, 2, that. I will be amazed at the level of optimization of that. Because either it's going to be crap house, or Sega will have pulled off a fucking magic act. Because if it is truly a next-gen PS5/Xbox fucking the BS console, and it works on Switch, they're going to have to drop those fucking graphics to the floor to make that thing run. Well, I'd argue more that it's Sonic Team, so it's probably going to be a dumpster fire. Okay, so what the hell? That's that. That opens that. And then the logic was there has to be 2 along here, so this has to be one of them. Yes. And there's a 3. The 1 forces... Oh, wait, no, it doesn't force that. There's got to be 2 along that line. That can't be 1. That gets that. Chew my own face a little bit. Yeah, that has to be that. 3 gets it pieces, so that means it has this 1. Go back over here. And get all of this. No. Gotta be 1 there. 1 line gives me all of that space. Yeah, but the difference with that is those are games made by different people. The optimization of a game and how well it runs isn't on the Switch's end, it's on the developer's end. So, you know, Outer Worlds working... I'm actually curious, what does Outer Worlds run at? Outer Worlds Switch performance. Let's see. How does it run on Switch? This might be a somewhat old article. Game is locked to 720p when played in portable, but is increased to 1080p when docked. The textures are apparently far worse than other versions. It has all the content and voice acting. Yeah, like Sonic Team are kind of trash. Kind of have been for like the past, 20 years. World building details of the environment seen in one post, blah 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 blah. Yeah, see, you'd have very low-res textures until you get super close. Characters themselves are also extremely muddled when viewed from just a few feet away. Deal with spring once you get close enough to talk to someone. You have to rely a lot on general shape and name pops to indicate if you found the right person. Ew. Runs at relatively sturdy 30 FPS. There we go. I'm curious why you would want default over Royal. Because I've only played Royal, and from what I've heard of default, it sounds like the vastly superior experience. The extra content is fantastic, the extra character, well, extra story character, is beautiful. The fucking extra companion's quite cool. You know, there's a lot of seemingly really good stuff in Royal that Royal can't run on Switch. If... The thing is, if they just took the PS3 version, added only the changes from Royal and not, like, the increase in graphical fidelity, if there was any, because they may have just, like, raised the resolution. Like, you can get it to work on Switch. Optimization works both ways. You can make a game look better, but be more demanding for a higher power system like a PC or more recent consoles, but you can also dumb it down a little bit to make, you know, a more impressive thing look slightly worse, or take advantage of some more tricks in order to run better on a lower end system. Yeah, but they wouldn't just take Royal as is and try to put it on the Switch. You'd make changes. You'd edit textures, you'd reduce resolution. It's not just like take the game, compile the code for a different system, and ship it off. You know, there's more steps to take. Okay, so back to where I fucked up. So that opens up this. I found it interesting that I don't see a way to really solve this immediately. There's 2 here, and then the max of its reach is over there. That could just be that. That doesn't really tell me much. And there's still a bunch over that way. Okay, that 2 finishes that. This 3. One has its bits. That one lets me clean up around here a little bit. That 2 is already done. The 0s kind of just chain around, and now I am stuck with this nightmare. Ah, right. That was also opened up. That is what I am missing. Okay. Now we might in fact be gaming. So one's here. One's here. These 2 should be safe. That gets me those 3 opened up. Yeah, like there's a pedigree for Persona things being on Switch. And even Atlas has already put another game on the Switch. Shin Megami Tensei 5, which I don't think is on anything else. Is it? SMT5. What is that on? It is exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. So I wouldn't be surprised if rather than put Persona 5 on PC, they just put it on Switch, which would make me cry. Because that'd be an even worse version than Royal. Just visually. I want buttery smooth 60. At a glorious at least 1080p. On my PC. That should be that. These 2 can only touch those, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Means that can't be it. That lets me get some of that going. 2 is only touching that. This 4 has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. That scared me for a second. Oh, there's only 1 left. It is fun seeing where I just basically cheat. It's quite nice. I'm in fact a fan. That 3 can be solved. This 1... don't know anything about it. 1, 2, 3, so all of those. That one has something hidden in there somewhere. And also, I think there's even been a Persona game on the DS or 3DS. So there's a weirdly big history of Persona games on Nintendo systems. Despite the fact that I'm pretty sure it was originally a Sony series. Oh, was it the PlayStation that Megami Tensei started? First installment, DDS, Megami Tensei. No, so the Famicom. Okay, so it's almost more of a Nintendo series than anything. Yeah, it's also kind of just been on Xbox as well. It's been all over the place. Atlas are the whores of the role-playing game world. Truly. They'll put their game on any system that asks. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be safe. And I think that gives me reach to all of this. Is there something specifically about the OLED, or is it more just a matter of the OLED not being much of an upgrade? Because that's my problem with it. I don't see a point in them doing OLED if it's, you know, if they're not going to also beef up the Switch and make it capable of running better games, which I know Nintendo doesn't want to alienate previous Switch buyers, but there's a certain point where you realize the quality of the system is kind of fucking dog shit. Okay, so that gets me through all that. This one lets me get all of that. I almost clicked the wrong one there. Thank God that's a 0. Thank your respective deity. Yeah, but like it's not more powerful. Like the Ethernet cable thing, you could get an adapter that goes through USB, which is what I did. The better stand is nice, but like, you know, that doesn't, like, none of these upgrades in my mind warrant a new Switch. They warrant an update to this, like, they warrant stopping selling the old ones and only selling the new ones if it's the same price, but hardly a reason to be like, ooh, Switch, look at it. The screen is slightly different in a way that nobody will understand. Because the common fucking player doesn't give a shit. Does it still run the games? Congrats. That's all it needs to do. That's all the work Nintendo is willing to put into it. Let's see. It's also a bit of a shame how Nintendo they're a bit better with it now, but like they continue to not give a single shit about third-party games. Despite the fact that that's why fucking Sony won the PlayStation 2 generation. It's just every game. Yeah, like, make a new Switch that is more powerful. Give it some new features if you want. I don't fucking care. Just more power. Make it run all the existing Switch games at like at least 1080-60 for fuck's sake. Then you can start cranking it down to 720p 30 in order to make fucking slightly prettier games. One, 2, 3. Can't reach that, so that should be 4. Good. There's 4 down that line, there's only 5 in the line. Oh wait, no, there's only 3 down that line. 2. I can't count. Oh well. It's a good thing I'm not playing a game that requires you to count. You gotta go do Pokemon in real life. Gotta friend them all. Note, that is not actual advice, that is a joke. That's gotta be 1. 3 somewhere along this line. This is kinda doo-doo. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest it's getting from there. Both those can't be it. And then this can start to snake its way back around. There's only 2 left. Good. Ooh, a remarkably small level. I like it. Crunch them ideas down. Alright, so you got 1 here, 1 here. So these 2 should both be safe. And that's how that maneuvers its way around. I do quite like the number of memes that will spawn off of a song. It's just this song, but I had a stupid idea, and I made it. And now you get to suffer knowing that it exists. Have fun. Alright, so there's 1 down here, and there, 1 here, 1 here. And you've got to have at least 1 here. Oh wait, the last ones are all in range of this. Fuck. That has to be one of them. One of them has to be here, which can't be that one because it's out of range. That gets me that. Oh, good God. What the fuck? Okay. 1, 2. There we go. Nice short level. I like it. And then we're back to a decent sized level. God damn it. I was hoping for a bit of a hot streak. Shorter levels. This game just gives me so much content. So much puzzle. Okay, that's all that. That lets me maneuver around there a little bit. Far Cry? Maybe? Toss. I doubt you'd ever see Far Cry 1 or 2. Because 1 and 2 are vastly different games from 3 onwards. But I can maybe see 3 if they dial it back a bit. Maybe 4. I think 5 is getting a bit too new. 5 is a bit too graphically advanced, perhaps. You definitely see optimizations and reductions in quality in whatever Far Cry's they put on. Fallout, I don't see it work. Those games are too fucking jank to run on systems they are on. And like, if you put 3 or New Vegas, then you either have to solve the save bloat issue that causes consoles to just not be able to play the game after a bit, or you have to pray that the hardware is enough. And if you try to put Fallout 4 on, I think the Switch will cry or explode. Those are really the only options. I'm missing something here. I'm seeing no way to progress. That's the way to progress. Alright. Mission accomplished. Start working my way around this. Going through here. Yeah, like it's... With New Vegas, you can kind of get away with playing the DLCs, but you're gonna like hit max level and you basically have to run for the end of the game. Because it's going to start getting upset soon. PS3, it's a fucking joke. I'm amazed that those games weren't allowed to be sold. The state of them. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, nothing there, so 3. There we go. Nothing down here, so 3 down that. giant line. I imagine that one's going to... It's probably not going to be one. But I've also solved a third of the puzzle. I mean, Fallout 76 was just a massive shit show for the longest time. You know, like, that I can at least understand a little bit more because they patched those things to make the game playable. But the problem with the save bloat is you're not going to find out about that on release when the company's actively patching it. It's a problem that's going to rear its ugly head once, you know, players have gotten really deep into it and played for a very long time. Then they just can't play the saves anymore. It's not really going to affect reviewers or anything like that, which is what 76's problem was. All of its bugs were just like, hey, how you doing? Paid for us. We're here in the first 10 minutes. How's it go? Bethesda owns Fallout. Like, I don't think Obsidian kept any rights to anything New Vegas. Because they're basically just hired to make it. They don't have any creative control over it after that point, I don't think. Let's see. Who's this guy? I don't know who that is. That's the thing. New Vegas did have a bunch of problems on release, but then they patched a lot of those. But the save bloat is an engine issue, which you can't really patch unless you update the game to an entirely new version of the engine. Yeah, apparently Skyrim seemingly got a patch to do that. Oh, Frontier is getting apparently reworked. Neat. Yeah, I can find nothing about who owns it. Yeah, Payday 2 has the unfortunate problem of just the devs, for some reason, love that engine. Despite the fact that it is a shit sandwich. It is legitimately a terrible engine that was outdated when they made it. And they just keep using it. Thankfully, Payday 3 is not on that dumpster fire. It just gets to be on Unreal, so it'll have microstutter at the ass. Beautiful. Guess there's 3 down this line, which means, unless I am blind, 1, 2, 3. That will solve that. Get up and around there. I wonder when Nick will be ready to go. Yeah, he said around 9-ish. Cool. Okay. 2/3 done. They could put it onto Switch because they already have a game on Switch, so they probably already have like some kind of connection with Nintendo. They already have some way to get a game on there, and the Unreal Engine being as versatile as it is means that it's probably infinitely more likely that it'll be on Switch. Whether it'll be on launch, who knows? Whether they'll update it, who the fuck knows? But, you know, it's... With a lot of stuff like this, I just say wait and see. Because, you know, I'm just some nerd on the internet who doesn't know anything. I'm certainly not the person to talk to about accurate opinions. Or meaningful information. But yeah, like, the engine just means it can be put on Switch. Because even the diesel engine managed to run on Switch somehow. With Payday 2, but, you know, it's more like. Who did make the Switch port, then? Probably need to go to Google rather than just typing in the Steam browser. Payday 2 Switch port devs. Payday 2 Switch port is outdated version. Cool. Who made it? Wow, this page is fucking atrocious. Okay. That doesn't explain. Oh, hey, Starbreeze are fucking scumbags. Cool. They said that, oh, we put these things out because we're going to do patches and updates and put that content onto it. Then we just didn't. Cool. Good job, Starbreeze. Nice thing is, I play on PC, so I get content. Yay! But who made the port? You fuck knuckles. God damn it. Switch. Where is Switch? Payday 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch system. Payday 2 for Switch reviews. Nintendo Switch games. It's on Nintendo Switch. Can you tell me who made it? Because it seems like it was just overkill. Yeah, you've told me before, Shiny. Yeah, I can find nothing that says that it was somebody other than overkill. So I imagine it was just overkill. Until I see something that explains otherwise, I'll assume as much. That 3 is a lot of fun. Okay, so one here, one here, or one here. It's the last one to simmer out that way. Could be one here and one here, could be one just right here. Sumo Digital? Okay. So they were. Oh, right, the racing game devs. That's a fucking weird coincidence. So what games did they make? Okay, so they made... Wait, what? Oh. Oh, that's weird. They're publisher as well as developer. Okay, so what? Sumo Digital, here we go. Ah, they're based in Sheffield. Cool. Yeah, okay, so they did port that. Okay, so that's... Oh, okay, so it's a subsidiary of Sumo Group. That's not confusing. So, tennis game. Racing game. Sudoku game. Racing, I don't even know what that is. Tennis. Sports. Racing, probably racing. Sports. Christmas Carol for the DS? What the fuck? Oh, they helped with Crackdown 3. That's a... Yeah, no, that explains a fair bit. Crackdown 3 was trash. Helped with Little Big Planet 3, it seemed... Oh no, did they develop Little Big Planet 3? I guess so. Interesting. And they're working on Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, Diesel, I mean, you gotta remember Diesel is also a 20-year-old racing game engine at this point. So it's... The driving in that is not competing with modern Need for Speed or Forza or anything like that. It's competing with Need for Speed in 2003. And even then, I'd say it loses. So how am I... 1, 2... Ah, that was the missing link. All of that is safe, which... That should be safe as well. That too. Okay. So now I've got this lovely big bit of space to work with. Lovely pile of things to work with. Oh, and it gets all cut off there. Imagine I come down here and then I'll get like a path that goes back that way. It's a lot of ones. It's a lot of ones. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, now I can start clearing out the line of ones. That opens that up. I won't worry about that side for now. There has to be a total of 4 down that whole line. So there's only one here. 3, 1 down this line. This 2... Wait. So there's only 1 down this line, so the other one has to be there. That finishes that, and gets that. There we go. Just a slight bit of stupidity. Nothing serious. Alright, clear out all that, that. Oh, my nose. Stupid fucking noise. That has to be that, and there's my opening back to the start with, oh my fucking god, the number of zeros. Did you give me enough free space, game? Do you want to just not have that section there? Like, sweet mamma jamma. That is too much free space. Okay, now that is finished. There's only 12 more hexes to mark. One lets me open up some of that. 1 there, 2 there, 3 there, so these are all safe. These 2 have to be safe. I'm getting 3s now, oh good. And this 3 only has those. And that'll open up a fair bit of this. Good. We can get through all of that. Cozy up around here, get rid of those. Only 3 left. Well, the problem is more that the Switch is an underpowered system, and most studios aren't going to put in that much effort to toss something onto the Switch, which is where you get problems of, like, shit ports, because, you know, the games as they are aren't going to run, so they'll do as much as they need to make it running to a degree that they think is acceptable. 3DS ports, it's just, you know, trying to take a full game and tossing it onto my handheld is going to be rough. But you've also got the problem of what do you put on a handheld, besides, you know, big full games. These handheld games you'd have to separately develop, and who's going to do that? That costs money. Time is money. A lot of game companies act like everyone's gonna die tomorrow. Gotta get all that money immediately. And sometimes you have the opposite problem, where you've got mobile devs making full games, like Game Freak. Well, see, Call of Duty on the Wii was surprisingly good, not because of its visuals. The visuals were hot garbage. But because the aiming was superb, apparently. Because, you know, aiming with a... There has to be one there. Means there can't be one here. Yep. Yeah, you just aim with the cursor, so you can be pinpoint accurate as long as, you know, you can point a thing in a direction. Gyro aim is secretly fantastic. And if more fucking console gamers knew that, then aim assist wouldn't be a thing, because you wouldn't fucking need it. Because controllers with gyro aim, especially with something like flick stick, is just as accurate as keyboard and mouse. 9 times out of 10. And instead, control players get crutches and then yell about how good they are. And it's sad. 1, 2, something else. Well, the thing is, the Wii was good for shooters. The Wii was not good when it came to stick waggling, which is, you know, the biggest problem with the Wii. They tried to just shoehorn in waggle, which is a meaningless control input. 1, 2, 3, okay. That's what I was supposed to be seeing. I'd miscounted. Alright, I've got all that. Open up these. Doesn't surprise me that those are good ports. Both Stardew Valley, well, Stardew Valley mainly is, since it's a pixel game, you know, not much has really happened. It's just pixels and animations. And the Switch can handle that. It can handle 2D stuff very easily, because that stuff's a cake to run. A friend of mine in high school had this fairly shitty laptop that he'd bring with him to computer science, and he'd just play fucking Stardew Valley in like grade 12 when that was out, because it'll run on anything. And Slime Rancher, you know, that game has an art style that works well at a low resolution. It's very solid colors, very thick lines, very blobby, very chunky aesthetic. It works for that. But City Skyline, you know, that's feigning realism. There's a lot of calculations going on. You gotta simulate all the people, you gotta simulate the environment, all of the stuff behind the scenes. It's far more complicated. So the port of Skylines not being the best is definitely not surprising. That's a game where, like, even if you theoretically made the game look worse, it still might not run too well because of all of the extra calculations and stuff the game does. Yeah, like, it's very solid. Like, it's almost hand-painted in that sort of way. Where it translates well no matter the resolution. It's not relying on, like, 3 pixel-wide hair strands and incredibly detailed textures that'll just make the Switch GPU cry in its sleep. It works for what it is. That one there lets me get some of this going. A 7? Ooh, my game. Getting a little spicy with it, are we? I like it. You gotta get spicy with it more, game. Maximum spice. So that gets that. The 3 is getting its last. Oh wait, no, that means that that's safe. So only 2 in either in those 3 directions. What is left? Yeah, that drives me insane. I don't know what the hell Squeenix was thinking, because you can make Kingdom Hearts 2 run on a Switch like that. That would work. That game is not intensive enough to require a cloud version. There's 6 left, and 1, 2. Okay. So 5 of them are in here. 1 of them is in here. And I'm missing something. What am I not seeing? There's something very simple and obvious in this section. I've never heard of that. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, I've got one here. I need one here. One here. One here. I don't have any lines somehow snaking their way all across. I'm actually curious what this is. That seems kind of neat. Clone drone. Reminds me of Custom Robo Arena. It was a GameCube game from way back in the day. Well, Melody of Memory is still a vaguely new game, and any game on a Nintendo system never drops in price. Breath of the Wild is still probably $60 on there. 60 Canadian, at least. I wouldn't be surprised if I could go to my Walmart and see it for fucking 80. This is a ripoff for video games. I'm missing something. I must be. One here. None here. There has to be one down this line. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven? No, that doesn't work. It wouldn't even help me, but I just want to solve this. This just being here bothers me. Although, how would I even solve this? I guess I would get the left side done, and then that would reveal that too, perhaps? Really not too sure. Okay, so that one... I feel like I'm missing one piece of information. It would make all the difference. One here, one along here. Okay, so hold on. This is either 2 or it's 1. So let's say 1, 2, 3. If they're the re-releases, then that's sad. GTA Trilogy Switch. Am I right in saying that it's... Oh. Fuck off, Nintendo. You don't need to know how old I am. Piss off. God damn it. Whoops. That gonna be... Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. God damn it. So used to that, asking that in a different way. Come on. Load it up, Nintendo. Oh, that's fucking why they have... Why do they have that in that order? Oh my god. Yeah, that definitely looks like the remakes, which are... water. Complete dog water. Cool. Yep. The remakes. Yeah, like that's a bit much. 5 games for cheaper than a single Kingdom Hearts game. Unless, of course, you mean the collection. Like 1.5 plus 2.5, because if you're talking about that, that's 4 games. And all the cutscenes from 2 other games. I'm so lost. 1, 2... Let's say 3, 4. This one isn't it. 5... I don't want to just click, because it's not gonna work. It's gonna be so sad. Fuck you, game. What level? What pack is this even a part of? Viatorum. Alright. Okay, but you're still comparing, you know, a game that came out like 2 years ago or something versus a bunch of games that came out a fair while ago. And again, it's the Nintendo Switch. Those games are not dropping in price for ages. So there's 6 left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I don't know. Wait, no, I'm fucking stupid. There we go. Because there's only 6 left, one of which is here, so the other 5 have to be in this space. Which also means that can't be it. There we go. Stuck for ages, then I got a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. I'm fucking zooming. Look at him go. That's guys 2, that finishes that. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes it's worth getting all the DLC, sometimes it's not. 9 times out of 10, though, unless it's... Like, there's few games where I would say don't get all the DLC. Usually the DLC... Ah, I got this mechanic again. Nice little shotgun blast. I missed that mechanic. It's a nice one. I like it. Makes a lovely little triangle. These... The 0 goes all the way up. This, my god. Oh my god, please, too many fucking zeros, game. Relax. Only so many things I can click on and wah. Too many things on which to click. That goes to about there. Alright, so that opens, or that finishes that. There's 2 inside this triangle, one of which is there. Yeah, but usually you're only paying like an extra few dollars, because otherwise they'd split them all up, and you'd probably end up paying more anyway. Because they'd have the additional quest pack, the additional support item pack, the additional battle pack, the costume packs, and then, you know... You'd save some money buying the pack over the few ones you do want. Because just the way the pricing works out is baffling sometimes. It's very odd. Alright, clear up those. I might send a quick message. There we go. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. In situations like that, it's not even a matter of how much it would cost separately. There is no separate cost. You're not spending more money because there's no alternative product. It's like buying a pack of 20 hot dogs if that's the only pack you can buy. It doesn't matter how much a pack of 5 hot dogs costs, because a pack of 5 hot dogs doesn't exist. You can only get the 20. Ah, there we go. That means that is fine. These can go. Bunch more zeros. Love it, game. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Jesus. Yeah, but unless you plan to, you know, send Nintendo a strongly worded letter, it's not gonna matter. The solution is to either not get the hot dogs in protest, or go to a shop that does sell them, which this allegory kind of falls apart, because there isn't a shop that does that. What would be a metaphor? I guess it'd be a metaphor. I didn't say like or as. Is that a simile? I don't fucking know. It doesn't work out. That's my point. You know, you either play by Nintendo's rules or you don't play at all. That's the joy of the delightful Nintendo overlords. That's why I hope someday their hardware tanks and burns. Because then they can make stuff for other systems. But at the same time, that's also the one thing that's beautiful about Nintendo. There's almost sovereignty over their own, you know, over their shit is almost the best thing about it, because it means they don't have to, you know, they can delay Breath of the Wild for however fucking long they did. They can make the game wait until it's just perfect. 3 down that line, gotta be 1 there, 1 in here, there we go. I think I'm being blind again. Oh well, I'll solve this first. All down here, you got 0. That 2 only has those, which means these are safe. Yeah, but that's the thing, it's the alternative is a thing that doesn't exist. So there's no point complaining about it, because it's how they've decided to do it, and with Nintendo, that's how it is. It's final. There is no alternative. I'm missing something. What am I missing? I don't want to deal with this number, because I know that number is going to be a pain. Well, see, the difference for Smash is that you could enjoy, like, you could enjoy playing only one character. You know, you could want to buy Sephiroth, but not want Pyra and Mithra. And I'm trying to remember how many characters you have to buy separately before the pass becomes better value. I think it's like all but one of them, or something like that. So for someone like me, who when I play Smash, I play with friends locally, and we all just play whoever, it makes more sense for me to buy the pass, because we all get all the characters then. But for someone who just plays it online, or just plays against the AI, or something, they only need to buy one character. They don't need to get, you know, Sephiroth and Kazuya and Joker and all that. Maybe they only want Byleth. Yeah, like when Cloud came out for the 3DS, you didn't need to get Ryu, because you don't play Ryu. You're not interested in Ryu. You want Cloud, because Cloud is badass. And hype as fuck. Oh wait, there's 3 inside here. I'm big doo-doo brain. Okay. So there's 1 going up that way. There's 1 going up this way. Which means there's 1 somewhere in here. And that doesn't help me at all. Thanks, game. Glad I solved my doo-doo brain and got nothing for it. Fantastic. Must be some other hint I'm missing. The 0 goes down, stops there. The 0 doesn't come across. Yeah, and even then, that's just, it's a costume. I am a doo-doo brain. I see the problem now. So that has to be sharing that, and that gets me that. This 3 provides nothing. And so these could all be sharing 1. But I also know that there's 1 down this path, which means that has to be taken from there. And that gets me that. Perfect. I hate that it's Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora, in terms of, like, his voice. The DLC costumes are neat. Or not DLC costumes, the alternate palettes are neat. I hate that he's floaty, because Kingdom Hearts is kind of floaty, but there's ways to play the game to make it not floaty, and it's way more fun that way. Okay, there's 2 left. So there's 1 over here. Hold on, so if it's this one, then it can't be this one, it has to be this one. If it's this one, it has to be this one. Cunt. Wait, that means that it has to be... Yeah, and like, in terms of if you play Kingdom Hearts as an 8-year-old and, you know, you don't ever go back to it, the game is floating. Sora jumps and he has like 4 frames before he even gets in the air, and then he's in the air for a while and you can steer him around a lot in the air. He loses momentum, but, you know, he's floating. Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora is so much better and so much cooler. It could have had a more interesting moveset. He could have had Reflect as a counter. Instead of just like, haha, I fucking put my sword up, or I put the Keyblade up, and then I hit you. And it's shit if you hit them in the back, because it just goes right through. They could have maybe given him a magic meter that refills. I mean, they could have even just given him the magic meter from Kingdom Hearts 1. But instead, it's just not infinite magic, you just have to spam. Much like the Kingdom Hearts series as it is today, I'm disappointed with it. And I've stopped caring. Alright, let's see. So it's 3 down this way. Ah, 0 down there. That's what I'm looking for. 1 there, has to be 1 here. So that can't be it. Could be this and that, so not too... Okay, there we go. That gets me that, and that opens up a whole bunch of things around this way. One, 2, 3. I can't even reach that, so that doesn't matter. 3 down that path. I already have 2. There's 1 more hidden somewhere. No idea where. But I do have to solve that before I can get to the next section. There's 1 here. This can't be it. That opens up that. Good. Good. 3 there. Huh. I did not. Mainly because I've only ever played 1 Fire Emblem game, and I played it for about an hour. I was more of an Advance Wars kind of guy. By which I mean one of my siblings had it for the Game Boy, and I played it for about an hour when I was 8. 1, 2, 3, which means these are safe. God, this game kind of has an overuse of zeros in it. 1, 2, 3, I can open that, and that. So that's me get a tiny bit of progress going down this way. Okay. That's that. These go here. That does that. All of this stuff. Beautiful. I'm sure Fire Emblem is good. I've just never given it a chance. Never really had an opportunity to. Especially what with Nintendo never fucking reselling their old games. Or if they do, it's their stupid way. It's like, oh man, I'd like to play the Game Boy Fire Emblem game. I'm gonna have fun spending $80 finding it. And getting a Game Boy. Such a beautiful waste of time. 1, 2, so that's open. One of them has to be there, which means one of them has to be there. Unless 1, 2? Jank way to handle that, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of those must be safe. For legal reasons, I am not allowed to condone piracy, but yeah, especially just the fact that those things can be taken down and not available anymore is the exact point of the problem. Games that are still good and should still be playable can just disappear forever because a service goes down and is the only place to find them. I'm not saying Nintendo has an obligation to, you know, force developers to put them out elsewhere forever. I'm just saying exclusives are shit. And, you know, at least developer/publisher condoned emulation is the absolute best. Because you don't need to port the game to every system. You don't need to constantly have it available. You just need to make it so that it's easily transferable between systems by having an emulator that can, you know, run a variety of games and just be updated to work with newer systems, or even just, you know, put it on PC. Everything is available on PC forever. Because outside of operating system limitations, shit doesn't die on PC. I think we talked about this the other day. The Castlevania Advance Collection is quite neat, simply because it's, you know, it's the Symphony of the Night-esque Metroidvanias on something that isn't the Game Boy. That's quite nice. And we talked about the GBA emulator, which I find kind of nice, but it's just going to be on the online service, and so I don't care. Oh wait, there has to be one here, which means this can't be it, and these can't be it. There we go. Slowly curing myself of my trash brain. It's a long process, but I'll get there someday. Alright, so I can get rid of that. This one already has its. That was dangerously close to being a misclick. I don't know if it was depending on which one you're talking about, it might have just been a reboot. Because I think it's just an entirely new universe. I've not followed Advanced Wars in many a year, but last thing I knew about it was that it was a different thing entirely. Alright, I may as well do this upper path first. Oh, what the hell? Why do you section those off, game? Why do you do that to me? What's that about, huh? 1 plus 2, that remakes that food. Where's 1 plus 2? I think that would just kind of be a re-release. Or was it delayed? I think it was delayed. Yeah, as of March 9th. The Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp has been delayed in light of recent world events, which is the war in Russia/Ukraine. Yeah, it's like the, was it Mother 1+2 for Game Boy Advance? Yeah, Mother 1+2 for Game Boy Advance, which is just a compilation, but this has updated graphics. So I'd argue it's more of a compilation remake. There's one down there, which means none of these are it. Oh god, figuring out the shotgun blast is gonna be annoying as shit. Oh, but there's none down there. Maybe I can work my way back. God, yeah, what the fuck? Okay. That gets this opened up a little bit. Get through that. Oh, they know. I never really played any of the Mario sports games outside of Mario Golf, Toadstool Tour, which classic. Okay, that's got two somewhere in there. Last one has to be here, so these ones are safe. Yeah, no, like sports games have never really interested me. Despite the fact that they'd be the best way for me to play a sport, theoretically. I also just hate sports. Oh good, this is what we're doing. Oh my god! So many zeros! I like the bait. I like the bait with that game, that's good. Good job. I'm sure you got many a player with that. Okay, that's the 2 finished. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yeah, I've heard of Wreckfest. I'm surprised that Wreckfest is coming to Switch, considering that the amount of like soft body deformation that happens in that game is probably gonna make the Switch just gonna tear that Switch a new asshole. Just bring that thing to its knees. There's 2 somewhere in there. It could be 2 there, 1 there. I think I'm missing something again. And that something is that. There we go. Yeah, like it's... The Switch truly is a depressing console. And consoles are already depressing enough. How much the companies who make them jerk themselves off over them. See, the PlayStation 5 is the fastest solid state humanity's ever seen. And it'll get outpaced in 5 years. Game Boy Micro. I feel like I've not heard of this. I mean, if you only want to play Game Boy Advance games, it doesn't seem like the worst idea. Because it is quite tiny. Five hours of battery life. Or 8 hours with lowered brightness and sound. This just seems like a confusing thing to have been made. But, you know, it's Japan. They want everything tiny. Because their nation is horrifyingly small. Yeah, but theoretically, you know, the problem with low resolution is a matter of screen size. So if you play a game at 240p on a screen that's 80 inches, the pixels of that are going to be trying to kill you. But if you play, you know, like 720p on a 10-inch screen, it's gonna look way better. Because there's more... It's... You know, it's theoretically, even if it's the same detail on a smaller screen, you're going to have a smaller image, so you're not gonna, it's not gonna be blown up as much, you're not gonna notice all the imperfections as much. So maybe the smaller screen might even help. Because Donkey Kong Country 3 on the Game Boy, kinda crunchy. Those pixels hurt my eyes, they were sharp. But if you shrink that screen down a tiny bit, now suddenly, you know, bit harder to see them. Maybe you strain your eyes a bit more because you're trying to look at them. You're like, oh god, it's so tiny. But you know, it's Japan. If they could make a Game Boy the size of your pinky, they would. They need everything to be as small as possible. Right, that one's got one in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's not. Cool. I've just got one more death hole to fucking solve. Thanks, game. I'm just gonna solve it by getting rid of the rest. I don't want to figure that out. And there's none left. Beauty. I mean, in a way, it's not really a sequel to it. It's just a new thing. Because they could have called it the Game Boy DS. Because it just been dual screen. But instead they're just like, nope, new thing. I kind of prefer. Original DS games are horrible to go back to. You have to pray that it was just the resolution holding it back. Otherwise you'll be assaulted by pixels. Okay, what in the fuck am I looking at? One here. One here. These are all safe. I'm curious why you think that. Because it being backwards compatible was a massive selling point. You know, a parent selling the Game Boy to buy the DS, or trading it in at EB Games or something, or GameStop, suddenly wasn't a terrible idea. I wouldn't say so. It was the next handheld, yes, but, you know, they were going to put out a new handheld eventually anyway. By making it backwards compatible, you tell your customers, yeah, just, you know, get rid of your old thing. Maybe save a bit of cash by selling the old thing off to somebody who isn't interested in that. You're back. I mean, they may have said that, but, like, you know, at some point you're not going to keep developing games for inferior hardware forever. You know, the DS is powerful enough to power 2 screens compared to the Game Boy Advance's 1. There's going to be games that take advantage of the new technology, there's going to be games that just don't get put out in the old technology. The Game Boy Advance could not really do 3D. The DS could. Yeah, like, even with console generations, you have PlayStation 4 games that eventually, throughout the PlayStation 4's lifespan, don't come out on the PS3. Either because the experience can't be translated well enough, or because developers just don't want to. And so there's always going to be a point where it just gets cut off. And we're not making things for that anymore. We're making stuff for the new stuff. And so by having the backwards compatibility, you make it okay to get rid of the old thing to get the new thing. You can trade it in, you can save yourself a bit of money. You can, Nintendo can almost guarantee that Game Boy Advances are going to get taken off the market and DS sales are going to go up. Because there's a reason the DS sold as well as it did. The DS was, I want to say, quite wild. Sales. All Nintendo DS models, as of 2016, have sold 154.02 million units. A lot of units. When did this thing release? The North American slogan for the DS was "Touching is good." That's what? Weird. Okay, so North America was November 21st, 2004, and they dropped the price a bit later than that. Yeah, like not even a year later. Okay. Yeah, like I'd say the backwards compatibility was one of the best things about the DS. Because it meant that, you weren't getting rid of all these old games that you might still enjoy. You get to keep playing them. Okay. The problem with the Wii U was they just shouldn't have called it the Wii. Like, Wii should not have been a part of that thing's name. Saying Wii in any of the advertising was their biggest mistake. Calling it Wii at all? It's the biggest downfall of that system. And it followed the Nintendo trend of just, it's underpowered. It's underpowered, the hardware is weird, and developers aren't going to want to make stuff for it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Here's what this wall is going to be. Because they're going to block me out of this somehow. I have a feeling I know how. It's going to be annoying. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't play Pokemon. At least not on original hardware. Because Pokemon is an impressive effort to suck all the money out of people as they can. Forcing you to trade with other players who have different versions in order to get all the Pokemon, that's shameless. They just want to take all your money. Nothing more to it than that. And they can have it under the guise of fucking creating a community. Players get to interact and do all this cool stuff together, and then, it's because you want money. These are greedy little fuckers. Because they could just as easily do that with just one version of the game. Make it so that based on your fucking trainer number, you get one of two sets of Pokemon. And the only problem with that system that I can see is what if you and your one friend both get the same set? But then they have online trading now, so that doesn't even fucking matter. Incredibly easy for them to have that sort of system without it being a shameless cash grab nowadays. But they don't. They still do the same shit. And they could also just, make the games not terrible, but sadly that's not going to happen. Because Game Freak can't make video games. They can try to, they can try very well, but if it's not a handheld game, then ugh. Well, the problem with that would be you'd still need two Switches to transfer the Pokemon. You wouldn't be able to have the same game going twice on 2 different accounts. Like, there's ways to design that system properly and well, and they didn't do it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy Pokemon. I'm just saying, yeah, but Pokemon, like, you're still gonna get money out of people. It's a matter of just, this is shameless fucking cash grabbing. And with the current system, you need to buy 2 games, and that's, you know, parents aren't gonna do that. Buy me Pokemon. You already have Pokemon, but it's different Pokemon. Look at the pictures in the back, it's the same Pokemon. Although that also implies that parents care. And don't just go, yeah, whatever, fucking, here you go. Here's Pokemon. Shut up. Go America. America, borderline child abuse. Name a better combo. Well, yeah, but again, it's a matter of, like, you know, you could have 2 save files in a Pokemon game. But they don't want to do that. They want to have 1 save file, which outside of more modern systems where you have accounts that separate save files. On the handhelds, it was just, you get 1 save per cartridge. Your brother wants to play it, he's either playing on your account, or he's getting his own copy. And more money. More money for Nintendo and the Pokemon Company and whatever other parts of the nightmare monstrosity that have made that. Which I will continue to not understand, be confused by. 1 there. But, you know, the gameplay of Pokemon itself, fine enough. It's a very accessible RPG of that style. There's nothing wrong with that. But the design of the series and the way that the games get made and all that, that's nightmarish to me. I despise that so very much. Which is why, for the most part, I just don't play them. Because that is me protesting. It's a protest that doesn't do anything, but, you know, small victories. 1 there, that gets that, and that finishes off those 3. I like the idea of this level. It's quite neat. So there's 1 down that line, 1 down that line. That finishes off that, that gets me that. Now, if I don't feel like solving the rest of this, I am good to head up this way. And there is 1 somewhere down that line. Fuck me. What the hell is that? Legends Arceus automatically gets points from me just for being 1 game. Automatically. Like, the fact that they have dropped the multi-game thing, quite nice. Visually, the game is a nightmare. Pokemon animating at about 10 FPS off in the distance is shameful. I hate everything. Okay. Well, at least those are all open. I can also just keep going backwards along these lines until I hit that. Yeah. Yeah. They get points, and then those points immediately get taken away because they're shit-flinging monkeys who don't deserve points. But, no, like, gameplay-wise, it feels like they just took Breath of the Wild and went, what if we did that with Pokemon? And we just move things over. And it is a breath of fresh air, but it's the fact that it's just Pokemon doing the thing that game series have been doing for the past 5 years, which just feels lazy and soulless. They saw the Ubisoft money and they were like, ooh, that's some nice money there. You know, Pokemon makes us some money. Can we get some of that money? If we do that too? Let's give it a try. That'll be my magnum opus. Just Nintendo shit flinging monkeys, Mr. Timmy. I'll have that carved on my tombstone. Just because fuck Nintendo. Simple as that. Fuck Nintendo, fuck Konami. Fuck 90% of video game AAA devs. Well, not devs, publishers. All a big bunch of cunts. Ah, there's one up that way. That has to be that. There's only one down that way. Alright. That's got 2. Yes, it does. That gets me that done. Okay, that gets me through there. The 2 goes around that way. The 1 clears that. 2 there, that already has that. I don't know what this is trying to tell me. I really don't. Okay, that looks safe. That 2 has everything. There we go. So, there is 6 left. Has to be 1 down this way. Oh, wait. There's 6 left. There's 1 in the center. Wait, no. Okay, so outside, outside. Fills those. Outside, outside. Outside, outside. Otherwise, I'd have to have, like, 2, 2, 2, and then... Oh, wait, no. That has to be, yep. Because otherwise I'd have 3 going across. That explains it. That is a satisfying level visually. Oh, sweet fuck. Alright. Let's break out the drill dozer. Set it to maximum fuck. Yeah, America is, assuming he's American. America is a fascinating place. There's 1 next to this, which means those are all good. That 2 gets me all of that, which opens that. This 2 already has 1 of them. And the one's there, so those can't be it. That opens up all of this. Ah, I get to play this fun game again. Oh wait, game's a little more fun this time. Because it's handed to me on a silver platter. It's almost like I'm still only in the very beginning of this game. I mean, yeah, but you'd hope that you don't die at all. There's, you know, safety practices in place, and fucking, you know, human rights are respected. Okay, that opens up all of that. That gets me that, which finishes that. Maneuver around that way. Alright, first section clear. I'm sure once Russia loses and someone takes over their place, well, things will go back to, not normal, but, you know, slight modicum of reality. Then America will get Trump back. Go America. Well, it does seem like America is a country that wants to die but doesn't know how. And so it's just having a fit until someone puts it out of its misery. Why did I click that? I saw the 2. I knew that there were 2 there. I just shouldn't have done it. just gonna keep going like I didn't just do that. But I can't! This going up to here was fine, this going up to there was fine. Alright. Yeah, but COVID is seemingly on the downward trend. Or at least, humanity has stopped giving a fuck. And if we die, we die. You know, the people who claim to be normal are tired of sitting in their house that they themselves bought, furnished, and have lived in. And instead want to go get a communicable disease and die. Fascinating world we live in. That's all fine and dandy. I do like just the solid divide there. It's good. I mean, I don't think the bad one was there, but I don't remember where it was. And I'm not going to find out. No siree, Bob, I am not. Okay, those can go. 2 already has what it needs. 3 finishes up. I mean, yeah, unless you've got some way to tell Death, no, bro, not yet. I think everyone has to accept that. Here we go. There's one somewhere down there. It's not necessarily connected to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? There's no guarantee on any of that. That's not kosher. I'll go back and do the start now. I'll go back and redo the start, I should say. That's safe. These are safe. That's good. That clears out that. Alright. Get rid of that. Yeah, there are also rich people who just want to keep their money forever. And those are people that we should eat. I mean, what? Oh, the joys of the wealth gap. How easy it is for those with the money to make sure it stays that way. It's almost like society's fucked. The only people who can unfuck it have no reason to want to do so. What a shame. Well, what if they get buried in a very fancy coffin? Then their ashes or bones or whatever the fuck get to sit in that for the rest of, I don't know, time? Next 5 minutes? A duration? Okay. So I've resolved that side. And now I'm working with 1, 2... Oh, wait, I don't even have that many. Okay, that's fun. Yeah, everything will burn when the sun explodes. That'll be for quite a while. Humanity's more likely to just kill itself off first. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5? 3, 4... This doesn't reach anything else, I don't think. So I think... Yes. Alright, good. I was correctamundo in my thoughts on that. Ah, here's the wall. These hexes are gonna build a wall. And I'm gonna have to click for it. I didn't know the Joker was in my chat. My god. Do you perhaps live in Gotham City? Alright, so there's one down that line and it's right there. Okay, good puzzle? Think? Not too sure. Yeah, it was Heath Ledger. He gets the money from the mobsters or something, and then he burns it all. His half and theirs, because fuck them too. One, two. Which teaches me nothing. Thank you, game. That's got that. 1, 2, 3. There's one somewhere in this triangle. And it must belong to you or you, so these should be safe. And I imagine the point they're wanting me to take away from this is that it has to be the center one. Yes, quite. Okay, that cuts back into this back section a little bit. Why does my room feel like smoky or something? I feel like I'm having a hard time breathing because of particles in the air. Very confused. Like Tay-K, I don't know who that is. When it comes to modern news, I'm basically an 80-year-old man going, "Rrrr, you kids and your hip-hops, and you fucking..." Oh, what was that guy who died? I don't even remember. He had weird hair. Really liked him for some reason. Did rap. Might have been mumble rap. I don't know. I'm basically an old man. Is my point. Okay, those are fine, these are fine, these are all good. Those clear up. These fucking container hex thingies feel so useless most of the time. Just impressively useless. It always seems to be there's some way to get around them. Just not deal with them as a mechanic. Okay, unless the person has a big following, I don't think you need to worry about that. Because, you know, morons have been shouting things since the dawn of time. The internet has just given them one place to collect and do it. Although knowing America, wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so I don't reach that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be fine. Has to be getting it from there, which means neither of these can be it. That has to be that. That clears out all that. I get that finished. 2 is done. 3 is also finished. 2 gets me into there. Those clear out. I'd argue that quote is probably a little different in terms of its meaning. Because, you know, two great minds will probably be operating on similar enough logic and understanding of things to where they'll agree on most things. Two morons having the same idea that, you know, they'll disagree on an infinite number of other things and be wrong about all those as well. Because there's also the saying, a stopped clock is right twice a day. You don't necessarily have to be smart to get the right thought. You gotta be smart to keep getting the right thought. There's 3 there, there's 4 there. Ah, that gets me the 1. That opens up a fair bit more of this. Soon have those other sections open. So now 1 gets rid of that, and they're actually letting me in here? No, they're not. Right. That explains it. A nice little barrier. Forces me to leave for a moment and come back once I've marked enough hexes. And here's where they block this off, because I have to deal with all that, and then that will open up this. Good. Control the rate at which I get access to the puzzle. Fantastic. 1, and then 2. Really? Oh, there's 1 on that side. Damn. I just happen to be a moron. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm gonna see if Adam's around. Okay, well, I guess I gotta redo all this. Woohoo! Because they want the money that comes from non-free healthcare. They have a vested interest. Or they're uneducated. Generally, from what I know, you can assume it comes from one of 2 things. Greed or stupidity. Simple as that. Okay, cool. I'll be able to play Tarkov with Adam, since Nick is a bit busy for the moment. Good, 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 good. Very good. Alright, so I had that, and then... what else do I even have finished? I had something up here done, and I don't remember how. That's how. 2... and that'll get me this bottom bit opened back up. I'm instantly stymied by this. Lovely. Fantastic. And the 1 is a curious choice on their part. What the fuck? Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's a matter of... politics is a matter of lying to people. It's a matter of finding a way... 1, 2, 3, 5. Cool. It's a matter of finding a way to word things to the people who trust you in such a way that you can get from them what you want. And US politicians happen to be very good at it. To the point where, with Trump, a majority of people believed in... I think the term was trickle-down economics. Where it's like, oh, we give tax breaks to the rich people, and then those rich people will put money into the economy and into, you know, businesses and stuff and pay people and stuff. And instead the rich people just went, ooh, money! I'll take that. I'll take that. Let me just take out my wallet and just tuck that in there and then put it away and hide it. Yeah, let's just make sure I get as much of that as possible. And turns out, doesn't fucking work. Who knew? My God. And even the other side, 90% of politicians in America, just absolute scumbags. Doesn't matter what party they're in. You can trust them to not be trustworthy. Even in Canada, it's not much better. But at least we didn't vote in the racist guy. We went, the People's Party of Canada. You mean the White People's Party? Get the fuck out. Yes. My nose is annoying. It can go fuck itself. My fucking nose. Heh. Fuck. Alright. Let's see, that's done. That should be good. This thing continues to be useless. I can probably count on one hand the number of times that's been useful. Put up 2, meant 1. Good with numbers. Well, see, that's the weird thing about America, is it's legitimately a great place to go and live. You just have to deal with, you know, if you're not white, you have to deal with an incredible amount of prejudice and systems just being directly posed against you. But it's still way better than living in a third world country. The United States is absolutely a first world country. It just has a problem of being full of dickheads, which, to be fair, is the problem ever. And Canada is better in some ways and worse in others. Like, for some reason Canada's getting a racism against Asians problem, and that's... why? It's so frustrating. But at the same time, you know, again, we're a bit more progressive in most things. You know, we at least have a more sensible form of government. Slightly, in terms of, you know, elections. Yeah, like, that's the thing, like, it is absolutely a phenomenal place to be. It's just, if you aren't a certain group of the population, it's slightly worse. Which is weird for a place that, you know, took refugees in from all over the place way back. And was supposed to be like, you're down in your luck, you're out of a job, you don't have money, you need a place to go. America, baby. And instead, it kind of just fell into a dumpster. Yeah, shit like that also happens in Canada a fair bit. And it's just... ugh. Like, companies should not be able to lobby the government as effectively as they can, and they should not be able to hide profits overseas. But, because, you know, if companies couldn't lobby as effectively, the government would get less money. But if the companies couldn't hide their money as effectively, the government would get more money. So, if something was to try and tackle those two issues, they could deal with both of them relatively similarly. Like, one would kind of deal with the other. Sort of. But I'm also, you know, currently being an armchair politician. Sitting in a room playing a puzzle game and talking about politics, which is a mistake. That already has its pieces, so I can do that. Already opened the last one up. Good, good. Yeah, no, just... Yeah, exactly. Shit like that. Like, if a profit was made in America, those should be taxed in America, no matter what. Like, sure, maybe you have tax credits that apply, but it should not make you able to pay no taxes because your money isn't even in the fucking country or something. And crack down on that shit. Where else can I do stuff? I can get rid of that. Rid of all of this. Second one somewhere in there. Second one there. Clear that out. That there. Oh, good God, what hellish nightmarescape have I entered into? What the fuck is this? It was about 10:40. Okay, I've definitely got time to finish this level. Absolutely got time. Got nothing but time. I'd argue that America would probably be in a much worse position. Because rebelling against Britain allowed America, like with the help of the French and all that, it allowed America to become the powerhouse it is. Because the British probably, like, even if the rebellion didn't happen on the East Coast when it was only the 13 territories or some shit, I don't fucking remember what they're called. I don't care, I'm Canadian. Or like, there's no way the British would have kept control of all of America. Because it's fucking huge. You know, there are states that are the size of the UK entirely. That's horrifying. And Britain at that point was already kind of losing its empire. Hey, Chizang. Yeah, Chizang, there's been a weird amount of politics talk. I'm surprised you didn't show up sooner. Oh, how you doing, Chizang? What you been up to? Any Warzone with or without the boys? Any dubs? Any fights against scrubs? I don't mind. It's something to talk about. And, you know, it keeps me from going, and then I click this one, and then I click this one, and then I click this one. Boys barely plays. Damn. Is it still Elden Ring? Have they still been on that hard? Consistently plays Rebirth. Oh. Well then. It's like 500 wins. Good lord. It's not a matter of going insane. I love this game. I think it's fantastic. God damn it, got it tight. There we go. Oh. God damn it, Adam. Hello, Adam. Oh, no, see. Here's the fun thing about this game. There is 110 levels right here. There's... I don't know how many levels, it won't tell me anymore. 140, 140, 36, 110, 120, 160, 110, 145, blah, 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 blah. Bunch of levels. I love this game. Because it's very similar to another puzzle game I've played, but it's more levels. And that is beautiful to me. It's very much a, if you enjoy Minesweeper, play this game. It's quite well made. Alright, that gets me that. Clear out more of this. This is still a bit of a how do you do? Not much going on there. 2, 3 is somewhere in there. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4? No. Could be anywhere in there. Missing something, though. Okay, so there's a guaranteed 1 here. And then, wait. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Yeah, well, you just gotta wait it out. It's like how I wait for albums. I don't think about it. If the album doesn't exist, it's coming out eventually. I'll check back when, like, a year after it comes out, and I'll enjoy it then. No point, sitting around going, man, it'd be nice to play Payday on PC. Just focus on playing the games you can play. And then, try and save money. Try and get to a point where you can get yourself a PC or something and play it on there. What the fuck am I doing? My brain's melting out my ears right now. 1, 2, 3. There's 1 somewhere in here. Doesn't teach me much. Maybe 1 somewhere over here. Yeah, there you go. Just play what you can. Bide your time. Wait it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I just can't count. That's my current problem. Good. Those are all safe. Look at that. Yeah, exactly. Oh god, what the hell? Alright, that's not too bad. Clear this out, clear that out. Going up around that side. So what have you been up to, Chizang? If not Warzone. With or without boys. Two hidden somewhere down there. This 1 will open up a huge pile of that. 1, 2, 3. There's only 1 in here, it has to be that one. My heart stops a tiny bit every time I do that. Every time I just go, it's this one. When I'm going off an assumption. Gives me quite the case of the fucking willies. Alright, that's not. That is 1? Ah, I'm so mad. Oh, because that other one's just slightly out. I'm so mad. I'll finish that some other day. For now, though, I'm gonna take a quick break. Go to the bathroom. Maybe refill my glass. Then I'll play StarCraft with that. Should be fun. Be back in a bit.